is FedEx man just came in, and we've got a cover here to go over the back of the truck here. So it should cover the end, should be like a trifold. And this is some weather stripping right here that goes vertical on the tailgate, make it more waterproof. And I'm not sure what all that is, but it's supposed to take 10 minutes to put this together. And if you fold it all the way up, like one, two, three fold, then it's got a strap here that you can hold it together while it's up at the back of the cab. So you got this strap here that holds all that together, so it's not. And this right here is like a aluminum or something like that. So let's see how that's going to look. Now, the real purpose to me, now this is supposed to be like some of the best vinyl material. It won't rip or anything like that. It's got like a 10-year warranty on it. So it's real high quality vinyl here. And one of the big reasons to have a cover over the back of any truck, to me, is like if you have a chainsaw in the back of your truck and a weed eater and a leaf blower and an edge trimmer and all that stuff, and in the summertime it's 90 degrees, that stuff gets red hot. If you have any tools, wrenches laying down in the back of your truck working on something, that gets red hot. So this at least keeps it in the shade and keeps it from getting hot and burning your hand. So that's one of the great reasons. Plus you can put stuff in the back of your truck and don't have to worry too much about people stealing it. Especially if you have a lock on your tailgate, it makes it more difficult. So let's see how this is going to work. On the opposite end, you got these straps, bucklers here. You got one here and you got one over there. This is the side that goes to the cab. Okay, this side goes to the cab. Yep. Okay, I've not clamped it in place yet. I just set it up here so that we can see what it's going to look like. There's a clamp here that you clamp it here. That way it can't come up. The wind's not going to affect it. And you clamp it on this side here too, and that way the whole thing is stable, because you always keep these two up here clamped, unless you're going to take the whole thing out and you got stuff to put in the back of the truck. I just picked it up again. I say it probably weighs 30 pounds. I mean, it's just super light. And you see how we just fold it. You can fold it one time like that, and so you got 1/3 of your bed here exposed. And then you just pick it up and fold it third time. And you have your strap right here, and you hook your strap in here and your other strap in here, and that way this is not going to flop and the wind's not going to bother it. Now some people may argue about trucks catching the wind. Now I can tell you from my experience, especially years ago driving trucks, pickup trucks, is that when you have your tailgate up, the wind comes over the cab, hits that tailgate, and it kind of slows your vehicle down and makes the engine work just a tad harder. And I noticed that when I always let my tailgate down, that I get about 2 or 3 miles per gallon more on trips if my tailgate is down. So this is kind of one of the purposes of having one of these vinyl bed covers. Now you can, this costs $239 for the bed cover, and it's I think it's a Gator. There's 2 of them. There's they look the same, but one's stronger. I think this is the stronger one. but it's like $239. Some places, like where I looked at in at retail stores, they were like $500 and something. So anyway, $239 on eBay or Amazon. I forgot where I got this, and $20 shipping, or no, it was $20 state taxes. So about $269 would end up costing me. Okay, so again, this is just sitting up here. I just have to clamp it down over here real snug, and this is rubber, so it should make a tight seal, pretty tight seal, so water can't get inside your vehicle. And this extra rubber here, padding, goes along the line of your tailgate door opening there, and that helps seal, keep water from getting in too. So that's what that's for. Well, let's see if we can clamp this thing in, and it shouldn't take, again, 10 minutes is all they say it takes to put this in. Okay guys, looking underneath here, this is your fender well right here. This is where your tire is right here. This is the outside tire. And this right here is the back behind the cab. So what you have is clamp here. This clamp is real simple. You see this lip right here? This lip right here goes underneath right here. There's a lip right there that's only about a 1/4 inch wide that fits into this slot. It fits into this slot right here. So what you do is put that in position, and you start tightening this up. This one doesn't have the lever. This just has the screw-on part. And you start turning that, and that piece of plastic right here with that lip on it is catching right here. Maybe you can see that. So it's just the right width and everything for this. So you just have this one clamp on each side, and you put this on pretty tight. Don't use, I would say don't use a wrench to try to tighten this thing any tighter than you can do it by hand, because you probably break it. But it looks like it's well made. Okay. So that's how it looks right there. And again, you got this lip that's catching right here. And that's what's holding the front section against the cab on this. Okay. And again, this is your fender well right here. You know, we as guys don't look at directions very much, so here's some directions if you want directions. Just pause the screen. What I see here is total confusion, so just clamp the thing on. And this is Tonneau, American Tonneau is the name of this. Parts list in case you need parts. My understanding is that this vinyl is so unique and so tough that it's supposed to last 10 years. Now, we're going to unfold it one time. We'll step back. And see, this is the part we clamped it right here. And we clamped it right here. And we unfold it one time. Okay. Now you got this part open, so, and you got your clamp right here. You pull that up, and it's got a catch right here that will catch underneath here. Okay, and you just bend this down to lock that in place. That's pretty neat, the way that they've done that. And okay, now you screw the clamp on here, screw the clamp on here, hand tighten that after you lined it up first. So that section is done. Then you unfold the cover, and it comes to the edge here of your bed. And we've got a handle right here. So you got this lip down here that when you put the final section down, you put this on that lip and just pull this down, and you may have to adjust that a little bit, but clamp it down, and that's all you do. Very simple, very quick. Okay, this is the back of the truck. When you have your third section down, then this is your clamp right here. You rotate this until you get the slack out. Like if I put this on, you can see that. Anyway, I put this on, but it's not tight. So what I do is take this piece right here and rotate it so it goes upward a little more. By rotating this, it spirals up so that when you pull the lever down, it locks it in place a lot tighter. If this is too loose, then it's not going to hold it down. It can probably flop. Okay, so make sure you got this rotated around enough so that when you pull it, it's not too awful tight, but it's tight enough that it's going to hold the back end down, especially against wind and stuff like that. Okay, now that's tight. Okay, that's pretty tight right there. That's about where I want that one. You see how it hangs on this lip right here? This is really an ingenious idea. So now this doesn't move. And so when you want to open the back of your truck, like you want to put something in the back of your truck, you can't pull this up because you got it clamped, right? So you open your tailgate, you look in here, you grab your lever, pull that up, turn it, and you got to do both of them though, okay? Can't do one side, you got to do both. And that way you have excess and folding it, and then you can fold it a third time and then strap it up here. So that's pretty neat. I like that. Again, it's been like 90 degrees in the summertime here. If you got chainsaw, air compressor, weed eater, leaf blower, tools, it's going to get red hot in this sunlight, and that's why I like the shade right here. The other thing too I mentioned is that when you have one of these covers on, aerodynamically the wind comes over, hits here and goes off, whereas if you don't have a cover on, then and your tailgate's up, it hits the back of the tailgate. You get less. I really believe you get less gas mileage. Some people may argue on that point, but I've driven around in a long bed truck years ago, and I noticed that, like driving 60 or 70 miles in one direction, that I got 2 or 3 miles more better gas mileage with the tailgate down, because they didn't have any wind restriction. And I think you probably get a tad better gas mileage with this right here too, versus having the tailgate up. So that's just my opinion on that. So we'll just clamp it back down now. Another thing too, you get 4 of these, and what these do, they're made to go into these holes right here, and you see the little lip on them right here. Got a lip on the other side too. Anyway, you just take these and stick them in here and push them all the way down. And I was looking at this one. This plastic piece goes over about a 1/4 inch farther than the metal part. So I may either trim this, which I'm not going to do, or trim this so that it'll clamp in. I don't know if I'll figure that out. So, but that's what that does. Again, it helps keep it waterproof. So that's the good thing about it. Okay guys, we're driving the truck now. We got a cover on the back, and can't really see it that well through the mirror. You can see it a little bit right there, right? It looks pretty good. And I think it may give you a little better gas mileage, 1 or 2 miles per gallon more, because it's not dragging air off the tailgate. Okay guys, we've got our bed cover on now, and you see we got 2 buckles here, because this is a trifold, 1, 2, 3. Fold it once, fold it twice, and it's got a strap on it. You can strap here, and that way it's not going to flip back and forth with the wind or anything like that. And just to recap, we got a clamp right here that's made perfect to clamp onto the side of the bed of the truck right there. Got that clamped on tight. Got one on the opposite side tight, and right here we got a clamp. It's got a lever. You just kind of have to adjust that lever until it's when you pull it down, it's tight, and when you tighten it down, it's going to stay there. It's not going to move. And if you got a key entry to your truck, nobody can get in. Of course, they could cut that if they wanted to. This vinyl is supposed to last like 10 years. It's a very scratch resistant, high grade type of vinyl, and I think that looks a lot better. And I think wind coming over the top of the cab right here normally catches your tailgate, takes away from your gas mileage just a little bit, and this helps keep the air blowing off of it. At least that's my experience, especially with long bed trucks. And this is not a long bed, but yeah, it's so easy just to unclamp one side and the other, and then flip it, and keep things safe in here. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Gary J. We've got a new cover on the bed of the truck, and it's raining really hard. We're going to check and see how dry stuff turns out from that. Okay guys, we're coming out to the truck here. Let's see how much weatherproof we got here. Okay, all this is dry. I bought these right here, like $6 a piece for these 18-gallon buckets. Give you an idea of my hand size. But everything is dry in here. That's good. Put our food right there. That was a really hard rain. and everything in the back is dry, and that's really good. And I don't have the weather stripping put in the side right here where the tailgate goes up yet either. So it's kept the water out. That's good.